Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go into the first semi-final match of the day. It is going to be Bonneth versus Terra here, some team kill action. And the first map is going to be Circuit Breaker here, spawning at the top left position. We will have Bonneth as the purple Protoss.
And spawning in the top right position, we do have as opponent the white Terran, Terra.
Alright, so can Terra actually avenge his student here? I'm actually interested what happened in the game that Dandy won against Bonneth. Because, I mean, Dandy is certainly a very, very strong Terran player, but Bonneth is just really just godly. I think he's almost the undisputed top foreigner at the moment. Apparently, a few days ago, he actually played against Calm, the pro gamer Calm, or the ex-pro gamer Calm on stream, and he actually went 2-1 against Calm. So, yeah, he's got some serious skills.
Yeah, the backside of that is apparently Calm wasn't having a very good day, so that could come into it. But I won't use that to actually belittle Bonneth's achievements. He has been doing really well recently. I did have a bit of an odd one in the Italian esports qualifier, but he said he was having an off day that day.
Yeah,
it happens to everyone. So let's see if Bonneth can do what he needs to get into the final here of the TeamLiquid Open.
See, even on a bad day though, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure Calm could beat me, like, blindfolded with no keyboard or mouse. You know, he would just use, like, echolocation and spoken voice commands to the computer, and I would still lose. So,
You play with the on-screen keyboard.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it's like, no proxy gate here from Bonneth, even though we're on the same map as last game. I'm slightly surprised by that, actually.
I guess it's a bit risky given the fact Terra and Dandy do know each other very well. It's very possible that Dandy did whisper Terra exactly what went on, so Terra would be ready for that, I think.
But I mean, even if you know there's a proxy gate, unless you're walling in the top of the ramp, I don't think it makes that much difference, to be honest, because you're doing the same SimCity, you need the same defensive micro. I mean, let's say you're playing a TVP and you know he's going to proxy one gate, what do you actually do differently?
I guess the one thing you would do is take your gas, but Terra already did have his gas, so you certainly wouldn't want to go on Rex FE against proxy gate.
That's fair, I guess.
Now, Terra actually did scout the middle as well. I don't know if you see his vision. He actually went into the middle and then down into the bottom right, so they do both miss each other. Of course, Bonneth will see the scout coming out of the base now, but he won't know what direction that's come from. He's going to have to check this bottom right main.
If he saw the direction this SCV was going, that pathing makes it look like the SCV goes to the bottom left, and so that should mean that Terra spawns at top right. I don't know if he was actually paying attention to that. Let's see. He is going top right though, so it is. So I don't know if that's just by chance or if he actually noticed that.
I think he probably realized the way the SCV was going, and the other thing is, given the fact he knows he's not at the bottom right now, I think this is the next logical place you want to scout, because cross-map obviously does give you the option of going for some crazy things as Protoss, and of course, when they are horizontal to you, you need to be a little bit more careful, so maybe I think this is probably the next logical scout position for Bonneth anyway.
Yep. Oh, Prabhu gets away with 1 HP. Like a boss. And what do we got going on over here? It looks like guys pulled off gas, so no crazy cheese coming out from Terra either. Just gonna probably be a regular FD. And the SCV actually, did he get far enough in to see the Nexus?
Not too sure.
No, he didn't. I can see the vision.
No.
He didn't get far enough.
Yeah, it coughed just before, pretty much.
Yep.
But he does know there's only one Dragoon at the moment, so I think he should be able to sort of, I'm trying to think of the right word, but figure out what's really going on.
Yeah, I mean, he's sending a second SCV scout now, and I don't think Bonneth will be able to deny that one, even though he's going to pick off the one at the bottom left. So, yeah, going to see the expansion at least. Is a Dragoon going to... if the Dragoon is here, it might at least be able to block the ramp, so won't allow the SCV into the main base, but obviously no way for... Oh, he's not paying attention though! Is he going to be able to block it in time? He's not.
Yeah, he does see the Nexus at least, and he will see the fact there is only 2 gates at the moment. Will he see the third pylon? Yes, he sees the third pylon, so Terra sees absolutely everything he needs to see. One thing that Terra is obviously going to work with is, I believe he's probably going to work on the proviso that he will likely be facing Reavers at some point. So he's going to get his academy a little bit quicker just to make sure he does have that scan just to be super safe.
Yep, I mean, when you're facing Bonnet in TVP, you can expect great Zealot micro, great Reaver micro, and probably carriers coming at you at some point. So, as you said, Kix, he's got the Academy, he's even got the Armory already to get some fast Goliaths to deal with that shuttle. I'm pretty sure that's what that's for, right?
It can be. You can also go into the Flash double Armory build from here. Getting a really quick Armory can lead to the 2-1 push too, so...
Okay. And it is actually a Siege Expand, not an FD. I actually forgot that Terra actually likes Siege Expand more than FD for some reason. Which is fine.
Yeah, I think the idea behind it is with FD you do get that advantage because you do push the Dragoons back and it gives you a little bit more initiative in the game.
Yeah.
But Siege Expand realistically doesn't put you that far back, so it's nothing to worry about. But we are going to see, most likely, a proxy coming up in the top right of the map, sending out another probe. Maybe not. Maybe that's just for scouting for drop or something.
Yep. I guess it is. Probe is actually just now going to the 9 o'clock base to take a third. And
Terra is defending against Reavers without actually scouting it. He's gonna scout, he's gonna see the Robo, but he doesn't see the support bay. So is he still gonna believe there's Reavers on the way? He has most of his units in the main base. He's building his engineering bay and only now adding his second factory.
that is actually really interesting, considering there's no Reavers coming that I can see, unless it's a delayed Reaver. Wow, Bonnet, complete fake out here, no proxy gate, no Reavers. Terror was completely prepared for both. But what that does mean though is if you go double expand like this off 2-gate obs with no Reaver, this can get punished super hard by a lot of 2-base timings. Just a regular 4-fact can actually kill this if you're not careful. But Bonnet has made actually quite a good number of Dragoons here, so maybe he's okay actually.
Yeah, the other weird thing is Terra's adding some more turrets on as well. He's got 1 at his natural, 2 in his main now. He's actually adding his 3rd factory. Now, one thing that we do know Terra is very likely to do is a 6-fact. And 6-fact is the correct choice against a very quick 3rd base with no tech. So, blindly, he could actually be in a good position, but that somehow the obs weaves in between like 4 turrets and gets in the main and scouts the factory count.
It's actually quite funny because he took the kind of the very normal route though, I would say, because he came in from the natural, right? Because you want to see what's at the rally point. So he came in the natural, was like, oh, okay, nothing's here. Let me go look in the main. And he basically just walked through. A nice scan though from Terra, seeing where the obs was and picking it off with the Goliath and the Marines. But this early Goliath, since there's no Reaver, it's going to provide him nothing. Right? It's just...
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it will help against the shuttle, of course, if there is one at some point. But it does help him, of course, get that Observer too. So, I mean, it's still crazy how much he is actually defending against Reavers without scouting it. And he is going for 6 factories. Look at this. 4 additional factories are going up. He scans Bonnet. He sees no tech currently in the main, but he does not see the 3rd base yet. Doesn't even see the natural. Of course, he does know the Nexus is there. But Terra was probably looking for Stargates right now, I would imagine.
You know, the funny thing is that the same path that Bonnet took with the first observer is still open. He can still go in the same way and see the 6-fact. He only saw 4 factories early on. He doesn't know it's a 6-fact. If he saw a 6-fact, I think he would need to cut pro production completely and possibly even add on another gateway or 2. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the response is for Protoss in this situation after going for the fast 3rd base against a 6-fact, but he definitely needs to cut a little bit of pro production just to make sure he can not die to this. But he's got a really good Dragoon count though. This is really solid.
Yeah, the other thing is he has an observer at the top and at the side watching the bridge. Interestingly enough, Terra did build a turret at the front. So I think maybe Terra is just going to use this to expand, but it's going to be very hard for him to take this right side base. And maybe he's actually just scouting around for hidden tech or like a hidden base. We now see the scan does go down on the 3rd base, but there is already the pylon wall there. So it's not really going to do too much.
There is a shuttle now as well, presumably just Zealots in here. Dragoon's going to come in here and be a little bit annoying. Got to be careful not to get caught out though,
now,
as Terra has unsieged.
Oh, he doesn't have mines yet, so he can't actually glitch through the pylons.
If you're Flash, you can do hold position and you can actually glitch through without mines, but it's extremely difficult, right?
I've actually done that. It's not that difficult.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that thought though kicks. We have a break coming in here. 4 Zealots dropping out of the shuttle. He's going to try and pick off as many units as he can while the rest of them are stuck on the other side of the bridges. I think he should back up now. He just picks off the front row of siege tanks and is now going to micro his way back against the units. Nicely done there by Bonith.
Yeah, Bonith did a really great job there of actually resetting the tank count. Realistically, you want to keep as many tanks alive. Terra's actually got an idle tank in his main as well. He's not realized. When you're pushing with the 6-pack, all you really want to be doing is building vultures as you push across the map, but I don't think he can do it anymore. It looks like he's going to try and go around the top side.
Yep.
All Bonith needs to do is just sit on top of this high ground, and I don't think Terra is going to be able to break through.
See, this is the path that I'm always talking about in horizontal positions in PvT. It allows you to walk through here. It's a very narrow path, but here we go. This is what you've been saying, is can he actually move up onto the high ground here? The Dragoons coming down from the wide ramp. There's nothing else in the shuttle, it seems. The Vulture's providing a good buffer, but there's only 3 siege tanks. Is it going to be enough? 1 siege tank does fall. Zealots now dropping onto the siege tanks, and this is going to get completely crushed.
Yeah, and this is when the problem occurs. He can't break up that ramp. He can't go through the middle of the map. And right now, he can't expand. Terra, going for, I mean, this version of the 6-pack is semi-all-in. He does, of course, have his +1 upgrade. Actually, yeah, he does have +1. It looks like he's going into 1-1. But he's going to add his command center and try and take this mirror only, but he's so far behind right now. Behind by 70 supply.
Guess what unit Bonith is making right now, Kix? I'll give you one guess.
I'm going to say carriers because I'm already looking at them.
Oh yeah, getting the +1 air weapons, getting 2 Stargate carriers. He's getting the bottom left main base as well, which is going to get denied by a control group of vultures. But that's going to leave his front a little bit exposed. Look at this, there's only 2 tanks. There's only 2 vultures here. What's going on here? Wait, Terra could potentially just die right now. He's actually down 50 supply. Oh boy.
Yeah, the trouble is, Bonith is going to be able to go onto this high ground, and with only 3 tanks remaining, he did lose the vast majority of his units. The only thing that he does have going for him is he does take out this 4th base. But realistically, when you go in carriers, you don't need that many bases.
Yeah.
He's got such a high bank as well, look at that.
I mean, also because Terror can't get his own 3rd base, so Protoss is still 1 base ahead. So, you know, that 4th base, it sucks, but it doesn't really matter. And yeah, Bonith not going for the kill there. I don't think he actually realized how weak Terra was, but he also doesn't want to overcommit because, you know, when you go carriers, you're also kind of you're reducing your gateway production a little bit. You're investing in that extra tech. So there's a small vulnerability there. If he suicided, you know, a control group of Dragoons, then maybe Terra could just all in him and kill him. So better not to risk that and just play it safe here, I think.
Yeah, the important thing is he scanned the carriers, he scans the 3rd Stargate as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a nice assumption to make that you will face carriers against Bonith anyway, but that is an important scout. He can switch into Goliath production rather than Vultures. But that does give Bonith the ability with, look how many Zealots he has at his natural, and the second you stop making Vultures for the Goliaths, Zealots suddenly become a lot more powerful.
That is very true. Vultures are really the greatest counter to Zealots between their regular attack and the Spider Mines, but a few Dragoons kind of come up here, just going to clear out the 12 o'clock a little bit. Bonith actually double expanding now, really taking care of his banked minerals and just taking both of these Nexuses, can start adding on gateways here as well if he wants. It's actually, if you go for the carriers, I feel like it's less important to add a million more gateways as well. Add another main, you know, normally that's a very important thing to do before the Terran makes his big move out. But if you're already going carriers, I mean, that basically, you know, that's extra production buildings that you can use, and the way carriers engage against Terran, it's a lot less, you know, just throw away your army and remax. It's a lot more efficient in the trading, so you don't have to, you know, remax off 30 gateways anymore.
Yeah, I think the main reason why you do go for the 30 gateways is just to give you the insurance policy of being able to. Like, one of the hardest things to deal with as Terran, you need a lot of Goliaths to deal with carriers, and if, say for example, you kill 4 carriers and they've still got like 45 gateways all across the map, you just can't do anything about that. Like, Bonith is going to be able to take all the other bases that he needs to. His bank is just going to get bigger and bigger, just adding up to that critical mass of carriers before he pushes in. I think Bonith is in such an incredible position right now.
We even have a 2nd cybernetics core from Bonith, so gonna go for those double carrier upgrades. He's also added on the Templar Archives finally, so that he can actually get some Psystorm. Psystorm working great against all the clumped Goliaths You know, if you just have them walking around underneath the carriers, they can be a great supporting unit. And he's already up to 5 carriers. I'm surprised he hasn't moved out with them, actually. Usually you can move out once you have 4. That's kind of the magic number. Maybe he's waiting for some more interceptors on these one, but the +1 attack upgrade is already finished, and they should be moving out very, very shortly here to start taking down Terror.
Yeah, now the funny thing is, Terra's trying to take this 4th base, but I don't even think he has enough units to deal with all these Dragoons. The Dragoons don't have any upgrades to them. Of course, Terra is on 1-1 for his mech, going up to 2-1, and adding on a few more depots at the top. I thought there was something more interesting, but I don't think Terra even has a big enough army to deal with the army without the carriers, realistically. He has very few mines, and these Zealots can actually just run through everything.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit scary. Bonnet now is maxed out, by the way. Is he going to move out? As you say, not very much protecting this 3 o'clock base, not very much protecting the tank line. I call it a tank line. It's only 4 tanks right now that I can see on the map. Just a few mines around, but Bonnet's actually playing this surprisingly safely. But here we go. Here's a big engagement. Here's the attack move, and the carrier's moving in. Gonna snipe down the siege tanks. Look at him targeting down the siege tanks. The rest of the units just running through everything, murdering the Terran army here. Terra trying to do some micro with his Goliaths, but even if he can micro against the carriers, there's too much on the ground. And I think this is going to be GG for Terra here. Nothing he can do against this army.
Terra only now just has his 3rd gas. It's going to go down immediately to just 2 Dragoons. He's built a lot of turrets, but they're not going to do anything. With no units to deal with the Zealots, he's just going to have to die, and GG is called in this first game.
Whew. Spawning here at the bottom right position as the blue Protoss, we do have Bonnet.
And in the 12 o'clock position, as the yellow Terran blending into the terrain, we have SK Terra.
Oh man, and I believe this is the first game that we've casted on Gold Rush, the first game we've seen on this map. I think we've casted every other map in the map pool so far. So interested to see how this plays out. It's obviously it's quite a wonky map. It's one of the ASL maps that was new this season. We've seen a decent number of games on it by now, but I imagine still not too comfortable for a lot of players.
Well, proxy gates from Bonnet.
I guess proxy gates works on every map. It is buildable in the middle, right?
The weird, like, orange terrain. I know it's all orange, but like the rocky terrain isn't buildable, but everything else is.
Fair enough. Wait, where is he? Oh! He's gonna proxy gate in. So it's a 3-player map, guys. He's proxy gating in between the 12 o'clock and the 9 o'clock. So whichever side Terra's on, Bonnet's Zealots can just rally there. That's actually a really interesting proxy location. Because it's also less likely to get scouted, because if you built it right in the middle, Terra could potentially scout this. But there's no way Terra's going to scout here, right?
I mean, the only reason why he would scout there is if he suspected something. Weirdly enough, though, Bonnet's not going for the two gate variation, which is, of course, a little bit more all-in. But the 1 gate is just going to be just about annoying enough to throw Terra off. Now, the interesting thing is Terra did see the probe coming in for a very, very odd location. Is he going to check for a proxy?
Oh, he's going. No.
Oh, he just misses it.
Oh, does not see it. And there's the gas deal.
Oh, man. Gas steals, please. No. Stop doing this.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, this is going to be a replay of Dandy versus Bonnet. Dandy versus Bonnet, where Dandy wanted to go for 1 Rax FE. I mean, Terra wasn't getting his gas here, so he was going 1 Rax FE as well. And it's just not going to work for him, unfortunately. The Zealots are going to come out. Is he going to have good enough micro to actually defend against this? He doesn't have the SimCity as natural either, so the Zealot can just wail down on the building command center.
Now, the thing is, though, having the SimCity on the low ground was actually really bad for Dandy because the Bonnet could just walk up the ramp and fight on the top of the ramp. Oh, a probe killing an SCV even. Oh man, he can even actually run up the left side.
He doesn't even have the wall. He doesn't have his second depot yet. Looks like he can try and build it now, but that may be a little bit too late.
Well, the probe is still... Look at this probe. It's actually pulling the Marine away, so the Zealot can walk up here. The Marines are both running to the left side to chase the probe. I don't know if you didn't even see the Zealot yet. There's a Zealot in your base, bro. You need to kill the Zealot. The Marine's finally coming back to take down the Zealot, but it looks like they're super far away from the Sim City. The same problem that Dandy had, where he wasn't able to use his Sim City against Sayle. But nice targeting down, though, against the probe. Takes down the probe straight away. Still hasn't lost a Marine.
And he's lost one SCV to the probe, but other than that, he's doing a really good job.
Oh,
Although
man.
the Zealot is harassing the building command center, though it will get this SCV, and that will delay Terra's command center quite a lot.
Indeed it will. The command center at about 2/3 completion, but not able to finish just yet. Terror trying to hunt down this one random Zealot in his main base. It looks like he's almost going to get it, although the Zealot actually runs through the SCV. Well, what just happened there? AFK stuff, but it looks like it doesn't matter, and the Zealot does fall here. But the command center at the bottom still cannot finish. And in the meantime, it looks like instead of going for tech, Bonnet actually went for a Nexus first. Different from what he did against Andy.
Yeah, this is a bit different. The two Zealots are actually up in the base. They're killing 2 Marines. Only 2 Marines do remain. 1 will remain in just a second.
Wait, there's a Marine killing an SCV! There's a Marine killing an SCV! That Marine almost shot to death an SCV right there. Luckily, fixed it at the last second, but that did make the SCV super low on health. Another fresh Zealot is in the base. It looks like the SCV that was in Bonnet's base has been picked off here. Look at this control. These Marines have no health left. The Zealot's killing everything.
And I think Terra may just be too far behind now. His command center still is not done. A Marine actually outside of his base. 2 SCVs now going to try and take this command center, but another Zealot does come in. He doesn't even have any Marines left in his main. He lost his last Marine.
Oh god. Oh, and the Marine pops out right as the Zealot is on top of him. Comes out of the barracks and gets smacked in the face by the side blades.
Now he finally is making use of his wall. It's been a long time, but it's happening. Now the interesting thing is where he hasn't gone for quick attack. Terra may be able to hold on. It's going to be very difficult. He needs a bunker. He's going to lose his SCV, making the command center again. And Terra has just not dealt with this well enough.
There's a second Zealot. He can't use the SimCity anymore. He has to run away because the SimCity is at a diagonal as well, so he doesn't even have like a 1 hex gap in the middle that he can hide from. And these Marines are super low on health, and this Zealot is going to murder all the Marines again. By the way, Bonnet is now mining from his natural expansion. Despite going 1x expand, Terra's natural still isn't finished. He's trying to build a factory right now, but look at this relentless Zealot pressure.
Oh, and now there's a Dragoon, and he has no answer to it. I was hyping up Terra to maybe get him to the final, but you know what? Bonnet is showing he is not to be stopped. 1 Marine, 2 Marines now does stand between Bonnet and the final of the TeamLiquid Open number 5.
And it looks like he's going to try and micro down the SCV building the factory. No, now he's going to go after the Marines. 1 Marine falls. The SCVs might get us around, though. If they can get us around, they can actually kill this Dragoon. He's trying to dance his way around the SCVs while also firing on the Marine. He does get the second Marine. Second Dragoon now coming out as well. Is there anything else going on? Robo going up in Bonnet's base at the same time. This command center cannot finish.
Yeah, this command center has been so late. It would have maybe even been better for him to cancel it and just gone like 3 racks or something, just to try and hold off, because he is in such a bad position. The Dragoons are trying to take out the Marines at the top of the ramp. Some good blocking with the SCVs, but I don't think it matters. He's in 15 supply, 7 minutes into the game. Now, to give you like a weird fact, in 7 minutes you've usually got 3 factories up, 2 bases, and you're on like 60 supply or something. Terra is just in a horrible position.
Oh man, Bonnet is just forcing his way up the ramp here. Mischance be damned, look at this. And Terra, he's trying to hold on with 1 Marine. He's building his first siege tank, but his 4 Dragoon's gonna walk into his base. GG from Terror. And just like that, Bonnet dispatches Terror in 2 very, very fast games. And Bonnet goes on to the finals of the Team Liquid Open number 5. He is a returning champion, so he could be the first player to win 2 Team Liquid Open, guys. He's just got 1 more best of 5 to win. And it looks like we are still waiting for DeWalt versus True Dodge. Their series must be freaking insane. They're still playing.